friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy and I am so glad that you've chosen to spend some time with me today. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how I made my carrot wreath. And I got all the materials from the Dollar Tree except for my pipe cleaners, which I already had on hand, so I didn't need to purchase anymore. So I'm not calling this a tutorial or anything like that. It's just showing you how I made mine. Okay, this bow is doing weird things. But anyway, at the end of the video, you'll actually see it hanging on the hook and you'll get a better idea of how it looks. It looks so big next to my head. It looks so big, but it's really not that big. I promise. Like, the wreath form was pretty small. So this is the finished product, and stick around. We're going to the table and I will show you how I put this together. Hi friends. I feel like I'm always really awkward when I'm doing a video from overhead and you only see my hands, and I just feel like I need to use them a lot. So I picked up, for this project, I actually got two of these because I have two different ideas and I don't know if I'll have a chance to get both of them done today or before Easter even, but I grabbed two because I could. They were there. So I got the carrot wreath form. I actually picked up three of these, but I've already cut into one of them. They are the orange decorative mesh rolls from the Dollar Tree, and I got two of these green sparkle. They're sparkle mesh. I thought they were pretty. Hopefully, I haven't used this before, so hopefully they will work for me for this project. I have two different types of ribbon. I really kind of wanted to use this one, but I wish I had picked up like a yellow or a purple so I could use two different ribbons to do a bigger ribbon, but I'll get to that. I also have cut several of these pipe cleaners in half. I have orange and I have green. I picked these up because they're super cute and I didn't know if I might end up using them in the bow. I'm not really sure. If not, I'll find somewhere else in the house to use them. So I don't really have a huge plan. I mean, a specific plan. I was just kind of going to go probably with my go-to method of the tried and true method that I use for making wreaths when I don't have something else that I'm trying to try. I know that's a lot of the word try. So I make these bunches where well, sorry, I'm trying to get it in the camera, but again, it's overhead. I made 8 of these out of the roll that I opened first, and I did go ahead and open one of these because I wanted to see how much I could get out of one roll, and I got 8, and this is a pretty small wreath form, so I don't know. I really don't know how many I'm going to need, so we will see. And I'm going to show you how I make the bunches, and then I'm going to take the ones that I've already made and attach them so we can kind of get this show on the road. Alright, so we'll move that to the side. I don't really measure this. I kind of eyeball how much. This is one where the end is kind of a mess. Yikes. Alright, we'll see what we can do with that. I eyeball how much I want to use, and I usually do about this, which in my mind is about 6 inches, but who knows for real, because I'm just guesstimating. I sort of have done enough of them that I know how much I want to use. So it's about, let's see, it's about the length of my hand. This one is, I don't know, it's not really showing up because you can see right through these. But yeah, it's about the length of my hand, and that generally is because I lay my hand down and then cut across the top. So however long that is sort of what I do. And once I cut off 3 of them, the edges of this one are not great. It's got all that up top. Ugh. But it should be okay. We'll see. I've made it work before. So I'm gonna grab one of these. I've cut the pipe cleaners in half. So I've got 1/2 here, and I'm gonna roll this up. And then I'm gonna roll this one. Hopefully, when they have these, I don't know, some of the ones that I get from the Dollar Tree are a little problematic. You kind of just have to work with it and then trim. I'll have to go back and trim off some pieces. So I'm going to stick it under there to hold it. And we're going to roll this 3rd one. My mom and I used this method in the video that I did for my fall wreath. But we used multiple colors for that one. I think we had brown, yellow, and orange. For some reason I was thinking there was a 4th color, but I can't think of what it was. Okay, so then I take them and lay them on top of each other. And then I'm going to take the pipe cleaner and wrap it around and tighten it up a little bit in the back. And then this is what my bundle looks like. I don't know if the camera is picking it up. I'm going to trim some of this off here so it doesn't look so messy and snag on everything. Okay, so that is how I make a bundle. And I am going to make another one just to show you, and then we're going to jump into actually attaching them. So I figure, okay, don't catch. I'm going to probably do the exact same thing with the green, so that will give you sort of another chance to see how I make them. So I cut off 3 of these. Alright. Then I roll them up, which sometimes these roll perfectly and easily, and sometimes they are just annoying. Like this one has got all this extra right here, so instead of trying to fight it, I'm just going to cut it off. And lay that there. And then we will work on the next one. There's little pieces of mesh all over the table. So every time I swipe, it's just pushing more out of the way. The other good thing is that if your bundle, like your individual rolls don't look great, you're going to be stacking them anyway. So it's not going to be, you're going to be able to work with it and kind of tweak it and make it look how you want it to look. That is one of the things I like about the stacking method, especially when you're using mesh that, like this is a bad, I didn't get a good roll. My first roll that I worked with was fine, but this one is kind of problematic. So I put that on top of that one. I'm going to sort of work on that and then lay it on top. So I'm out of the camera again. So there's 3, there's like the top and the bottom, the top and the bottom, top and bottom. And they're all crossed over each other. And let's wrap it up. Alright. So, alright. This is, I'm going to be kind of playing by ear a little bit. Just sort of flying by the seat of my pants on how this works out. We're going to hope for the best. So to attach these, I'm just gonna find a good spot. These are straight, they're easy. These zigzaggy ones, I'm gonna put, I think on this one I'm gonna put them on the bottom, and on this I'll put it on the top, and we'll see how that works out. So there's 2 parts where it dips down on this one. I want to try to make it pretty full because this is a small frame, a small wreath form, and I want to give it a little more size just by making these big. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Let me just see how this works out. The good thing is we're just twisting them on, so it's really easy. If you don't like the way something looks, you just untwist it and you move it to wherever you want it to go. And, oh, it's all twisted. Hold on. Oh, it flipped. All right. Maybe I am not the one to be showing you how to do things. Clearly, I'm having trouble doing it myself. All right. So let's just twist that. It's leaving a large gap by just using the bottom, so that is not going to work. I'm going to go back and put one in, an additional one in here. So I just moved those over a little bit and created a space, and we will see how it looks as we work on it. Okay, I'm so sorry, I moved completely off camera, I think. So here's what I have so far. Now I'm pulling from the ones that I made earlier. So I made 8, and then I've made 2 on this video, so far I have 10 bundles. Now I'm going to see if I can get in here and put some on the other, there's this other zigzag right here. But these are sort of covering that already. So maybe I'll jump up here. We'll just try it, because I can always add into that other space later. So I'm going to just line up several on this. And again, this is super easy to make adjustments as you go. To make some more bundles. I've used all 10 of my bundles, but I've covered a good bit of this wreath form, because again, it's not a very large wreath form. So we need to set this down. I'm also going to trim off some of these pieces, and then I'll go back at the end when I'm sure I'm done with these, and I'll trim off the extra pieces of pipe cleaner as well. So, alright, I'm going to pause this for a minute and make a bunch of bundles, and I will be back momentarily. Okay, so while the camera was off, I went ahead and made more orange bundles, but I also opened up the green, which is a completely different type of mesh, it turns out. And I made a couple just to see what these would look like, and they're going to be so different, which I'm kind of excited. I mean, I knew they were going to be different, because I mean, I could tell by looking at it, even in the packages, it was a different type of mesh. I'm kind of excited to see how it looks when I put it all together, because it'll be fun that to have the two parts look different. Alright, so what I have decided is for these, with these zigzags, I'm gonna go the lower on each of these and then the upper on each of these, and see how that fills in, and if we need more anywhere, there's always, we can always do that. So I've made 9, which is how many I need to do the pattern that I'm going to try. Oh, now but see, look at that. Automatically, the spot in the middle looks thinner, but that's just with the first one. So I'll add more, and we'll see. Hopefully it'll it'll fill in this big space here. That's just kind of my concern, is that big space. Did a good job. I mean, I can see some gaps because I know there are some gaps. So, I could maybe add one on each outer area, and I'll give that some thought right now. Y'all, it broke. Oh no. Can you, okay, where is it? It broke. It came loose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try taking one of the pieces and attaching it right there, and just maybe trying to bind it back together that way. Because I did make a couple of bundles ahead of time. Let's see if I can just tie it together with that. It'll help me figure out where I'm putting the first. Okay, hopefully that's going to hold it. I'm also going to have my glue gun out in just a little bit, so I'll put some glue on that as well. Alright, I'm just going to start kind of attaching these, and we'll see what happens. I've only made 3, so I do need to make a few more. I don't know how many I would need. Ugh, every time I tug on it, it makes this part come undone. I have to be very gentle. Oh, that looks crazy. Oh, that looks so crazy. Oh, maybe I need to get my glue gun out sooner than later. Alright, I'm going to put this last one down here, kind of the same place that I put this one. And then I have to make a few bundles, and I need to start warming up the glue gun. I kind of have a plan for what I want to do for the bottom. But it's going to require the glue gun also. And this I'm going to just probably try to glue onto the pipe cleaner. I've got to get that to stay still somehow. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be small. I'm going to have to make a bunch of those and try to salvage this wreath form. I guess I was being a little rough. So another thing I did was, when the camera was off, I went and got my ruler, and apparently the pieces, after I cut them, I measured a few, and they were between 6.5 and 7 inches. So my guess was a little under, but kind of right. I mean, I thought they were 6 inches, and all of them were basically between 6.5 and 7. So not too much bigger, but they were bigger than I had thought they were. And I just cut off 3 again, and I made them the exact same way that I made the orange, where I roll up 3. These rolls so differently because it doesn't have the same texture as the orange. So they also don't fluff up the same way either. Like the orange gets really huge and these green do not, which kind of bothers me because I think the stem is going to be, unless I just make a ton of them. If I make a lot and I really fill it in, it should give me the volume that I want to kind of match the volume of the orange. So here's one more, and I don't know, we're just gonna go along that line and try to fill in as many as possible. That will look, I mean, until we get the look that we want. Right now it looks bananas. It does not look right, but I keep having a problem with this wreath form since it broke. So I'm going to actually try to get that. I'm going to try to get this fixed, and I will be right back. Alright, so I'm going to see if I can finish this without anything else breaking or going bananas. So I just sort of filled in the top with some more green, and I actually did do a little gluing to sort of hold things in place so that they would fill out. My glue gun came in handy. I put each side, I added one, and again sort of glued them so that they weren't flopping around. So now I'm going to do the bottom, and this is, I don't know what I'm going to attempt. I sort of have an idea because I know that if I tie on a bundle, it's just going to come to the bottom and flop. So I have some individuals. I tied one with a really small, I just cut down the, I cut it in quarters instead of in halves. And I tied 3 individuals, and I have one more if I need it. But what I was thinking was I would tie on the individual piece, ouch, oh, and then bring it through and use my handy dandy glue gun to, oh, my glue, I need a new glue stick. Alright. I was going to try to bring it around so that it will stay up. We'll see. Again, I probably should have made a better plan before I started recording. But, you know, you live, you learn. Oh yeah. Alright, so it's gonna just put a little glue right there and then bring it around and see if that will, I don't know, work. We'll see. Okay. That'll do better when I get the other ones on, because I may have to glue to other pieces. And then I'll do this on this side, and then I'll put one and probably have to put another one on the bottom. And just kind of bring that one around. Also, put a little glue in here. And, ow. I'm very, ow. Hot glue. Yeah, I don't know how well this is going to work. But let's bring that one up there and attach that. Kind of help hold it in place. I don't know if I'm the only person, I mean, who has to like actually bring in their glue gun for wreaths, but comes in handy sometimes. Ouch. Sorry, the glue is hot. So, hence the ouches. So, let's try one more here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and roll this one up. I also made a bow while the camera was off. I struggled trying to decide what to do, and I ended up using both of the ribbons, both designs, and it's not really my favorite because I usually, if I use a pattern, I like to use a solid, but it's two patterns, so it's just a lot going on there without a solid color. But we're gonna see how it all looks when I put it on. Alright, so we have these two. Let me fold them in. Maybe I don't have to glue those because this glue is not, it's clumping a little bit, which is not pretty. Okay, I'm just going to bring this around and hold it with the pipe cleaner, actually. And use the pipe cleaner to hold that one in place. Which actually looks better than the glued spot. So, yay! We wrapped it around the wire. And right now it's in place. I may have to just make sure that's tightened up. And I may end up having to go back, and if it starts kind of flopping down, I may have to add a little glue, which is fine. Alright, so the orange is done, the green is finished, and now it is time to add my bow, which is huge and a bit obnoxious. So I have these pipe cleaner pieces so I can go in here if I can find a spot to tie it off. Ouch. Okay. Sorry, everything. Yeah. Be careful with these materials. There's a lot of things that hurt. Alright, I'm just going to see if I can get it in here. I want it kind of towards, I want it at the top, but also off to the side just a little bit. Alright, I'm just going to kind of tie it gently and so I can flip it around and see where we are with it. Alright, my bow got squished. Alright, I am actually going to go hang this on the door so that you can see the whole project and we can work on getting everything straightened out. So that is the finished carrot. The bow is quite big, but actually I think it's kind of cute. What do you think? I don't know. Tell me about it in the comments below. I appreciate your patience with me. This video is, hopefully when it's all put together and edited, it won't be as chaotic as it feels in this very moment. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and join the Wink fam. I will see you in the next one. Bye.